away from her tentacles. Gnar is different. Fasting Gnar. Let's go. Put the Wukong top lane.
Actually, no,
you don't want Wukong into Illaoi.
One of the... I mean, Lucian is so much better than Gnar in this instance, because Gnar eventually does still funnel into what SeolHaeOne Prince are trying to achieve. So, it's just a very peculiar champion altogether. It will have control in the laning phase, but it will taper off harder than, say, a Lucian would, and that's where the concern comes in. So, ikssu is... I mean, SeolHaeOne, you'd have to imagine this is all sort of just comfort at this point, and they are screaming out of their minds right now.
I mean, sometimes you gotta hype yourself up when you fall down in game number 1 pre-30 minutes, and ikssu does have his hands on his Illaoi. He is the resident cheerleader for this team, and he's now on a champion that he's known for, right?
Yeah.
You can see like how a team fight's supposed to go if SeolHaeOne Prince are going to win. You know, you get the bullet time across the enemy team. You've got the final chapter there as well, holding everyone in place, and then you just smash everyone with tentacles, and the fight's over in an instant. Layering all of that together and actually making it work, though, can be very difficult, especially if you don't have control of the map. So SeolHaeOne Prince, there is a lot on them to make sure that they get control early and they hold on to that. But KT on the other side, we've got that fasting Wukong happening once again. Aiming's going to be the one piloting the Senna this time out. And Kuro is on his very famous Twisted Fate, whose win rate at the beginning of this season was extraordinarily high. See whether it's going to be pushed back up there after losing a game or two in more recent times by picking up a win here on the side of KT. But SeolHaeOne Prince, a little bit more of an interesting composition. Whether it's going to work out is something we're about to find out.
Well, let's take a look at how the play is going to work out. KT, they're just starting off with a fan everywhere. TusiN is going to be the one piloting the Wukong.
Yep, of course, very famous for playing animals in the support position to very great effect. His bear being our personal favorite. Fasted Volibear that he debuted here in the LCK was extraordinarily impressive.
Rest in pieces for the Volibear, as he was reworked.
Indeed. We still see more Volibear now, though, so I guess maybe we should be happy. His dance is still awesome.
You know what's really cool is that, didn't Riot say that no champion is ever actually removed from the game? They're just still in the code somewhere.
Oh,
so Volibear really living up.
Just like tangled in the spaghetti somewhere.
Tangled in there. So in there lies old Mordekaiser. Old Adrock.
Oh, don't tell me about it. I'll get all nostalgic.
Old Volibear.
You mean old Mordekaiser or old Mordekaiser? Or old Mordekaiser? Oh. I know, we're going back really, really far, but there are some champions that have certainly been, gluttons when it comes to the rework bandwagon. I loved original Mordekaiser. He was just so great.
Yeah.
Just walk at people with your shield on. Doesn't really matter what you do. And your Q, like, throws out other little Qs.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Just gold. As, Kuro, a couple of losses now, but still 9 wins. Pretty damn good.
Kuro 9-2 on the Twisted Fate. And this team composition, I mean, around and around, SP, they do have some benefit on their side, but if KT get ahead, it's very hard for SP to stabilize, and it all comes back to Illaoi, who's likely going to be behind in EXP, behind in gold. She's going to have a much harder time in the game.
You can see Smeb putting a lot of pressure on top side if you have a look at those CS numbers, but now with ikssu having that wave underneath his turret might be helping out here. His aiming's at about 250 health, and Flawless is going to make his way in. Good ward there, does spot things out, but KT do lose control despite getting level 2 at around the same time. Wildcard's not actually avoided there by Mickey, who goes down to 200 himself. Kuro eating through his Corrupting Potion charges at the same clip as Mickey. See whether this could be a bait opportunity for Flawless to actually capitalize on, but KT know exactly what side of the map this Trundle's on, and so Kuro going to be cheating to exactly the right side of the map. Everything working out here for KT so far as bonO going to turn up, see what he can do as far as counter gank opportunities. He's going to move towards this top side Rift Scuttler, so things going absolutely fine for KT so far. Apart from maybe this bottom lane struggling.
Yep. And we'll see what the transitions all have in store for us. ikssu.
Okay, he's going to test the Spirit of the Gnar, but I have a feeling that he's going to pass.
Oh!
As there's the Q. It's going to land. bonO just locks down First Blood. Easy as you like.
And that's a very nice First Blood pickup. Required 0 flashes.
Absolutely loved the patience bonO showed as well. Lined it up and took the right shot.
He's been playing very good so far in this game number 2 and 1. In this series. How about that? There we go. That's the better way to throw that one down. All right, that's not fair.
Well, that was a wallop.
That's really cool. Yeah, land 1 ability and awesome. Great, love it. 50% HP.
Yep.
Take it away.
And still going to be spawning a whole bunch of more tentacles around Smeb that are going to be frustrated after that was actually killed. So that's why you do max that ability. Death Spirit pretty damn good. Oh, that was so cool as well. Did you see that? Just slid it over. Beautiful stuff by bonO. Smeb losing the trade afterwards. Don't care about that one. All about bonO.
Well, we can see that ikssu looks like he's going Tiamat on Illaoi.
Yeah.
Or I'm not totally sure what direction he's going, actually.
An eclectic bunch of items.
Yeah.
Actually. I think building a Phage as early as possible is definitely a good idea. Illaoi does like to be able to stick to her targets. Maneuverability, certainly a good thing. And cooldown reduction, something that you absolutely love. So Black Cleaver likely to be that first item. As you guys probably are aware, Mickey in this mid lane just clears that one out. He's doing absolutely fine as well up against Kuro. It's going to be all about when these level 6 marks get hit. And when Kuro and bonO can get around this map and pair the Dragon Rage kick with the Destiny Gate for pretty comfortable pickoffs, as bonO they're not going to be able to find the Q, and that's why Flawless is able to win that trade so handedly. Good pillar.
Senna on her way back down into bot lane. Cloud Dragon, first one of the game yet again. Kuro is actually going to miss a little bit of CS. As Mickey. Yeah. Destiny Gate is available. He's just moving over to come in and tag the dragon, get a little bit of EXP, get some mana restore. Now he's going to walk away with his E fully stacked. We got the stack deck.
Like it. Like it a lot. Make sure you maximize any damage.
You know, they raised
the lane.
Twisted Fate's base AD to 52 so that it's a deck.
Yeah, that's actually beautiful.
But I feel like it should be 53. You know, ace up the sleeve. That's what it should have. Oh,
that's true.
They really lost out on the opportunity here.
And also, Shaco fans are going to be pretty upset because I believe 52 doesn't actually include the Joker, which is unfortunate, as there's the leap of faith from ikssu, but Smeb looks like he's going to be able to make it out of here very easily. Also has Mega Gnar to give him that extra health back.
And this is also the awkward thing, is Gnar can't really ride an advantage as hard as a Lucian could. Lucian can just make the lane completely unplayable. So, Illaoi actually, very surprising, but ikssu's managed to be pretty much okay even after that First Blood blowing away the flash. Smeb is somehow down in EXP. He just dinged 7, but ikssu has been 7, yeah.
Hybrid in trouble as TusiN looking for an opportunity. No Cyclone available, and aiming still level 4, which is suboptimal.
Yep.
Oh, bonO's back though, and ikssu doesn't have his flash available yet. Some wards to be taken down. And Hybrid just keeps tanking these snares.
Yeah. Taking a lot of damage. Twisted Fate still hasn't really utilized Destiny Gate, so lane manipulation, not really a very big thing that's happening right now. TusiN is not going to be able to make his way down to...
All right, that's Sylas coming in with his own destiny. Is Mickey going to get the flash out of aiming? But in the meantime, TusiN's already killed the Misfortune. As Kuro's going to come in, and it looks like the guy who actually has Destiny Gate as his ultimate is going to be the victor in this scenario. 3 kills already for KT at 8 minutes.
And that was just a really good move. Over, they match the Twisted Fate ultimate. And KT now with a 3-0 lead. 2,500 gold in the bank. They're going to roll an Infernal Dragon. It's going to be really good for them.
It's feeling a little bit like game number 1, LS. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah. It absolutely is. Smeb placing a control ward down there. bonO gonna get their Herald. Let's take a look at this one more time. Look at Kuro moving on the minimap, anticipating that Mickey would be coming with Destiny Gate, because realistically there's no Destiny Gate available for Twisted Fate here if he's just coming down on his own.
Yeah.
Because SP would have to agree to take the fight, which there's no way to really get them to do.
As the kickback, Flawless going to get snared. bonO with the max range Q that was unnecessary. The Senna's going to be able to lock that one down, and SeolHaeOne Prince, much like in game number 1, look like they may have collapsed here in the early game. Smeb trying to get out of the way of a lot of these tentacles and does so. Not going to have his spirit tested this time around. That allows him to win out on even more of these trades. So we still have close to 5 minutes left on turret plates as well, and you can see KT moving up to try and take them down.
Well, Illaoi's gonna have to show us her moves.
Oh dear.
Oh,
there's
that's
the Gnar into the wall.
Yeah,
Wallop.
dead.
Yep. Real dead. Wasn't even close.
Well, Smeb and aiming now. Just gonna end up sharing a turret plate. Gnar does not appreciate that, I'll tell you that much.
Down here bottom side.
Yeah.
We'll at least be able to get himself a plate here, TusiN. He's still going to go aggressive.
Be really careful, because if Yuumi manages to snare him, he's dead to Misfortune Ultimate. Mickey down here now as well, and I'm not honestly so sure what he's doing. He's going to finally back off. They know about Mickey and Flawless. And so these are very unfortunate map rotations. This is almost a 5,000 gold lead, by the way, at 10 minutes, so this is completely blown out of the water. I'm not
It's feeling like an early dinner.
like Godzilla did a cannonball in the Pacific. I'm not really, not really sure.
It's actually an adorable image.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. As, this is how this all started. It was actually Flawless. Started off the fight. bonO's going to move away from Shelly. That was a very nice Q that he landed, but ultimately unnecessary in the end.
And then ikssu, he misses the test of spirit and then just gets slammed up against the wall by Smeb. Very easy takedown. And it's hard to imagine a world where SP come back, because Yuumi and MF are not particularly ahead at all in this game. They're behind. Sylas is a useless champion against the enemy team comp. We outlined that in the draft phase. He doesn't really have anything that he's going for in particular. And Illaoi is very behind. And she would have been the main centerpiece to the team comp, being able to have a leg to stand on.
And now even further behind than you can see in the CS margin or anything like that. You might look at it and say 6 CS, doesn't really matter, but Smeb has this whole wave to pick up. He's taken down the entirety of the plate's top side, and they still have 3.5 minutes left to get even more.
This game is just looking so doomed for SeolHaeOne Prince, because also the Infernal's about to get picked up, which is going to give them a lot of free stats. There's still 2.5 minutes on turret plates as well.
Oh, that is a fantastic pillar from Flawless there. Knew that he had to deny bonO so that he couldn't get in range for a Q after that gold card. So he's going to keep himself alive. TusiN move out of the way of the Make It Rain.
I'm very surprised with how reserved KT is actually playing this. And also Smeb just perma-shoving up Illaoi in top lane rather than trying to utilize the item advantage to exert pressure elsewhere, because there's still turret plates in mid.
Ooh.
And so a little bit surprising.
Yep.
Now, it is still 5,000 gold lead basically here for KT. I don't know what SP are thinking.
All right, gold card comes in. There's the teleport. bonO over the wall. It is a pincer. There's the flash. Kick onto Flawless. They're just going to get rid of him, as now TusiN's just spinning behind Hybrid, and the final chapter utilized just to try and stop the monkey from killing them. KT will be able to take down this Infernal Drake. 2 more, and they'll be sitting on a soul, and it's going to be a mountain once again.
And that's
back-to-back Earth, Wind, and Fires.
That is a very, very rough dragon for SP to have roll. Honestly, I mean, I put the L in LS, and I'm going to have to give SP an L here. This is not looking like the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's they don't have a W in their name because they chose to spell the 1 like O-N-E instead of W-O-N, which maybe they'll change that. There's the kickback. Go for the jungler if you're fighting around an objective such as this. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And TusiN totally okay with not locking down any kills just there. They wanted to create space to collect themselves a free dragon. And you can see KT, we're up to a flying start. This is actually on track for a perfect game.
Yeah, it is. And so I don't really know. If SP are somehow going to come back in this game, it's going to be on the back of Illaoi doing the things that the Illaoi main doesn't even know what's going on.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? And she slams the tentacles and things start happening.
Yep, you see the tentacles get slammed and you know that that player is slamming their forehead into their keyboard as well. That's how that one works. I actually, you know, remember playing with Pulse back in the day, an Illaoi aficionado. And he certainly did show us that. Didn't actually watch what his forehead was doing while he was playing because we would often play in booths back in OCE. But never mind that. KT still utter control. Turret plates have fallen down, so SP not going to be bleeding anymore in that regard. But you're right, it just feels like, what are they supposed to do? And what tools do they have to get themselves back in? And outside of the Illaoi doing some crazy Illaoi things, I'm just not sure. It's now bonO sneaking in behind Mickey. Mickey does have flash. Shouldn't be going down too easily. That snare is not going to land either. And okay, Secret Agent bonO. That's not what you do when you come out of that brush. Test the Spirit does come in. bonO's going to break it as early as he possibly can. Spawn some tentacles here. No harm, no foul.
Well, 2.5 minutes until the Mountain Dragon comes up, and KT just seem to be taking it very slow and reserved. And we just look at the items that are going to be coming in soon, and there's not really a whole lot of hope. Mickey is stuck on Proto Belt. You can't really imagine what he's going to try to even go towards second, because nothing's going to come online by the second Dragon. Twisted Fate is going to be at 7-8 stacks on Roa at that third fight. Misfortune's only one core item. Yuumi also very far behind due to the way that everything's been transpiring this game, and so it's just near impossible for them to really fight. Even if Yuumi tries to attach to Illaoi, I just don't... They're not going to have the damage to break through Senna. Everything is just going to be very hard. They do manage to get themselves a turret.
Yep, so that's going to destroy the perfect game. So at least SeolHaeOne Prince have that going for them. ikssu up here towards the top side is also going to have an okay time against Smeb as he continues to get pushed in. Mickey with his Destiny, but I don't know whether he really wants to be teleporting anywhere as Smeb's on a ward. But ikssu not going to be able to steal away to Gromp. Aiming coming into the brush, and this is probably one of the strongest centers that we've seen for a really long time, especially of the Glacial Augment variety. 2-0 and 3 right now, and actually has a bounty on her head. Aiming certainly performing well. Sorry, but actually poked down a lot of damage. It's just not something that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, absolutely not. All right, 1 minute until the Mountain Dragon. We've just been playing a whole lot of ping pong. Here at the LCK, we do not freeze.
Nope, that's not what we're about.
We melt. That is exactly...
It's summer, dude. It's real hot, actually, over here. I struggle.
By the way, when you say the word summer, do you think of hot or cold?
I think of hot because the name summer is...
So
even though we're in the summer,
do they say winter when it's summer in the northern hemisphere?
No, it's just opposite. So like summer is still hot, winter is still cold.
Oh, you just use the word to describe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's the season called?
What do you mean?
Wait.
No, you just flip it around. Just flip it around. So we're upside down, the southern hemisphere, right? So when it's winter in America, it's summer in Australia.
I just realized that I think of the words as month periods, not as like weather. Oh, that's weird. I'm an idiot. You take it away.
No. It's one of those things. It's Southern Hemisphere gets a little bit confusing for some. You know, it's all based on our experiences. There's a Destiny to come through. That's going to be Kuro's one. Make It Rain, not going to really find too many targets, but neither is bonO. Mickey comes in, but misses absolutely everything, and now the Leap of Faith comes forward. TusiN not going to be falling to that one, though, as that was a decoy. Almost tricked me there, as it looks like SeolHaeOne Prince are going to be able to take down this Drake. Unless bonO can get back in here. It's down to pretty low health as Flawless now on it by himself. In goes TusiN, wants to be able to take this one down himself, but he's not going to be able to. As in fact, the Misfortune is doing a lot of work in this fight, making sure that KT can't get in. But as you can see, it doesn't even really matter. KT just move on over. They're going to take the outer turret in the mid lane. And yes, they lost a Mountain Drake. They're still going to reign supreme when it comes to successful objective taking.
They're up 6,000 gold right now. They're going to end up taking away this blue. Now, the other thing is the base levels. If you look across the board, you have Lee Sin is up 2.5 levels. Mickey somehow... Oh, no. Well, Mickey's ahead of Kuro, even though Kuro did just ding 12. And we got a little bit of a fight going on right now. The Blind Monk versus Sylas.
Yeah, bonO actually not going to get baited into that fight either. Understands that a couple of extra members were moving on up there. It did look like he was doing a bit of extra damage. We're going to have a look at this fight one more time.
And we'll just take a look at how this transpired. And ikssu is really just the gatekeeper here. It's so hard to approach Illaoi.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is a team that is 6,000 gold down and an Infernal Drake, and Illaoi's basically acting as Gandalf in this fight, saying, "You shall not pass." And every single time you see Illaoi, it doesn't matter how far behind she is, doesn't matter if she's underleveled, she always looks so menacing, and it's always so confusing to me when pro teams around the world and players refuse to try to pick her up.
Yeah, and I mean, actually, there's one rule to Illaoi. I think it's actually beautiful with how she's made, as TusiN is going to get another triple knock up here. Gets underneath his turret, but Mickey, Kingslayer, going to get his health back. And he's going to lock down the kill onto the Wukong. Meanwhile, KT pushing on the bottom side. But, yeah, ikssu, like... I said ikssu, but I mean Illaoi. Illaoi has just such a clear win condition, right? You get to the objective first, and you're likely to win. Very similar to something like Heimerdinger.
Yeah.
You have to set up your tentacles, and look, they were set up, but when there's 3 versus 1, it's just not quite enough there. And now ikssu is 0, and
she still sends out so much damage.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's the real... So, the way that I liken her, she's the AD, or the physical damage version of Cassiopeia, against hard engage in short-range team compositions. She takes on that mantle, and I really like what you're saying because I think people don't think about it enough. Well, actually, take it away.
All right. Well, TusiN, I believe, doesn't have his ultimate available just yet. Flawless is still going to go down extraordinarily low. You can see Secret trying to keep Hybrid up, but I don't know whether it's going to work, and bonO's going to put his heel into the Misfortune. That's going to be a triple kill for the Lee Sin as KT move it straight over to the Baron.
That's going to be the Baron getting taken by KT. This is going to persist into the Mountain Drake, which is coming up in 2 minutes. And this probably is all that she wrote here for SeolHaeOne Prince.
Yeah, it was looking a bit dicey before that moment, and it's only looking worse now. As you can see, Kuro reacting to his teleport. It's a really nice play here from KT, despite TusiN not having his ultimate.
This is the bread and butter thing. You ask yourself, is it really worth losing the game over 500 gold? Is it imperative that we get this mid-tier 1 turret right now? And the answer is obviously no.
Yeah.
So, they end up getting clapped. Illaoi was dead during this, and she's so important to the team comp. And like I was saying right before the team fight rudely interrupted us, was if Illaoi is first to the objective, she's Gandalf. They just cannot try to pass. The Test of Spirit, her tentacle setup with her passive, everything is so obnoxious. If she has to come into you, things can get a little bit awkward, but she can still slowly encroach on your territory. Just by moving forward, constantly throwing out and aiming or fishing for the Spirit. But definitely much easier to play against in that regard. I'm just happy we got to see her. Don't really care that she's 0-3-0 because I think that she still showed her strengths.
Yeah, precisely.
Even though everything was going bad.
The fact that she was doing that at 0-2 as well and still requires that much respect certainly is enough to prove the point, in my opinion. Entirely agree with you. And I think that KT have now recognized that they just need to get to objectives first and control areas. As Smeb, gets his spirit tested. Not going to die from it just yet, as he does have Gnar coming up and the rest of his team coming down. SeolHaeOne Prince not going to be able to jump on the Gnar at this stage in time aiming. Alright, just going to get bopped a little bit there. Otherwise, it's going to be alright. Kuro in the mid lane, getting that split push on. And split push and TusiN on the top side of the map. Love to see it. Out of his Wukong. Very similar to his playstyle on the volley bear. Smeb down here on the bottom side. Still just trying to deal with it.
Oh, landed a...
Yep.
Okay.
basically how this works. But you can see Smeb playing pretty comfortably up against ikssu right now, even though still those E's are landing.
Illaoi has one item. She did so much damage.
Yeah, right?
It's truly a sight to behold.
And it's just so much value for landing, like, literally one ability.
Yeah.
You land your E, you win a trade. It's so binary.
Yep. She is very, very, very good. Also, one of Volibear's biggest counters.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. He likes to jump in on top of you.
And
then you press the...
Well,
you're both jumping up and down?
In laning phase, it is a bit of a mini-game because you can block Illaoi's ultimate with your ultimate, and generally you have to save it, which is where the mini-game does come in. So the laning phase is a little bit interesting, but generally she puts him in spots where he can't really... He's ulting to save himself. It's not the other way around.
Well, that was a little bit sad. Flawless, unable to close any distance onto Smeb here towards the bottom side. Hopefully next time we do get to see some of this Volibear Illaoi stuff. I just want to see I want to see Illaoi from someone other than ikssu.
Yeah.
I want one of our players to realize that actually she is really good. She's going to die once again. Does get to test the spirit off. You saw how much damage it is capable of, but only one tentacle going off is absolutely not what we want to see. And this is KT just way too far ahead. So let's not include that in our analysis of Illaoi. It's just going to make us sad and seem silly. It's over 10,000 gold in the lead here for KT.
Bullet time.
That clears out the wave. Buys a bit of time here for SeolHaeOne Prince.
Yep. And I mean, they're staring down the Mountain Soul. They're just trying to really hang on. Sylas is not really that much of a champion right now. He has Proto Belt and Zhonya's, so pretty useless. Versus this team composition, he has no damage. And he's not going to out-sustain some of the members on the side of KT. So a lot of it is going to come down to, can Yuumi set up a good enough bullet time, and can Illaoi get a multi-man ultimate in the next Hail Mary team fight? But they're down 10,000 gold, and honestly, that was very good. That ultimate? Yeah.
The chain CC really did make us quite upset. Because the Illaoi should be better than that, but not happening this time around. Hybrid has been farming extraordinarily well. Currently sitting at 20 CS ahead of the clock. And also Flame Horizon TusiN, who is, I guess, his direct opposition when it comes to farm. Don't know whether it actually matters. You just need to look at the bounties above the heads of all of the KT players to understand just how ahead they are. As Flawless, he does have a Yuumi. Prowling Projectile does a fair bit of damage there to aiming, but this is what KT need to do. They just need to control the objectives before SeolHaeOne Prince. And then there's not too many options because the Illaoi loses so much of her strength, as we were talking about. TusiN is just a bit of a living ward at the moment. Waiting for an opportunity. ikssu moves on in. Looks like they are going to be able to lock down their own popcorn chicken. Mountain Drake is going to be up in a minute and a half, and the Baron is going to be available in 30 seconds.
Well, we'll see what SP can actually manage to do at this team fight. ikssu has the cat on his shoulder.
Yep, Smeb has a Mortal Reminder completed.
Yeah, it's a very big Gnar right now.
He is a big boy. 2-0 and 5. But when you look at the top of the screen and it's 11-1, you can imagine that there are going to be some pretty impressive score lines.
Definitely report TusiN at the end of this game.
I know, 100%.
Now, here's something I really actually... I mean, some people are going to say, well, it's giving you 20% CDR. But Black Cleaver and Triforce, when you have two teammates that already have Black Cleaver for you, it just strikes me as very odd.
I just hate the redundancy on the Rage passive.
Yep.
I just really
You're
don't like
losing
it.
that value. You're not really getting total value out of the Shred because your teammates are helping you apply it on targets.
I mean, you basically instantly stack it to 5, right? I mean, that's cool.
I mean, yeah, well, 6.
Right.
Yeah. 7's after 6, I can count.
I told you, my mathematics really has been struggling recently.
Honestly, Valdez wouldn't have made it to 3. You know?
I appreciate that. As TusiN, he's going to dive into the back line. They did not have vision of that whatsoever, as the Wukong is going to fall down, but so is the Misfortune. And now Illaoi's trying to do her Illaoi things, but has to flash out of the way, and in fact is just going to die. And it just looks like KT's wallets are too heavy at this stage, and SeolHaeOne Prince can't lift them up. The Baron should be taken here for free. And yes, TusiN fell down, but he absolutely did his job. Speaking of doing their job, aiming 2-0 and 10, only missing out on 1 kill as far as contribution is concerned. A very scary Senna, probably the scariest we've seen all season so far.
Yep. And let's take a look at what SeolHaeOne are going to try to do. They're going to respond by bursting down. Now, see, this is the DRX, by the way.
Yeah,
this is the DRX. Or, you know what, honestly, I almost just said the F word. Let's just call it the LCK. You know, like,
that starts with L, though. I'm confused. We're going to have another team fight, so I'll just take it away for a second. As Mickey just running around the back of the pit. He has absolutely nowhere to go. In secret, he's going to suffer the same fate. Smeb trying to get on top of Flawless. I have a feeling he's going to be able to, especially with that flash as the Make It Rain comes in. But Smeb is going to have his Gnar real soon. That's a triple kill, in fact, as the kickback to deliver a quadra. But ikssu's going to flash the Gnar. We'll get underneath this inhibitor turret. Don't know whether he's exactly safe just yet, as aiming does so much damage, and bonO locks down the kill, landing that Q. Smeb would have liked it. Would have liked to see a Gnar pentakill at this stage of the game, but KT just happy to see a dead Nexus, and I have a feeling they are very close to locking this one down at a very similar clip to game number 1. We're sitting at 29 minutes and 50 seconds, and KT are already dancing next to the enemy fountain.
Well, that is going to do it for game number 2. What a fast series.
Yeah.
Overall, KT